Again, welcome to the Introvert Conversation. Welcome to the Introvert Conversation. Today's video slash Zoom slash PowerPoint presentation is about my experience as an introvert parent. Please follow the Introvert Conversation on TikTok. Yes, we are on TikTok. There you will find more content and more tips, and just to give you a brief introduction of the channel. So again, today is about parenthood as an introvert. What is it like to be a very quiet parent? Is it even real? It's one of the most, being a parent itself is extremely hard. It's extremely challenging. But being a quiet parent adds another layer. And I'm going to tell you why. Number one, you're never alone. You are never alone. I'm a single parent, so I take care of the responsibilities, the majority of the responsibilities. My child's father is involved in her life, but primarily I am the primary caregiver and primary care provider. And you're just never alone. Your child is all up under you, want to be around you 24/7. Now, my child right now is a teenager, but she still needs my attention. Yes, I have a daughter and she's 14. She still needs my time, she still needs my attention. But when she was much younger, toddler age, early childhood ages, your child is really right up under you. And it took me a very long time to just accept, like, this is my life. It took me a very long time to really come to that realization that I'm never going to be alone for the rest of my life. I'll always have my child with me. And that's okay when you realize that, when you process that. But you do realize that you just schedule quiet moments in your life, so that way you're not feeling depressed or overwhelmed. You have a good support system. Like, I have extended family members that help me and understand that I need my quiet time and I need my quiet space. But what I had to accept and realize is that I'm never going to be alone. Okay. Being a quiet parent so my child is more of ambivert. She really adapts to different situations. So if the situation is very social, she'll be a very social person. If the situation is very quiet, then she'll be a very quiet person. She really knows just how to blend into her environment. For me, I'm pretty much quiet 90% of the time. I don't really adapt back and forth. What you see with me is what you get. But she's really able to really tap into, she's really able to do well with reading the room. And she doesn't get that from me, but she probably gets that from her father, because he's very much so an extrovert and he likes to be the center of attention. So she has a little bit of me and a little bit of her father within her. When you're a parent, you always are faced with embarrassment, awkward situations. Like, we have this little person right here, maybe having a little temper tantrum. I mean, when you're dealing with that as a quiet parent, it's like a whole different level. You feel like the world has just stopped and everyone is like staring at you. Because a lot of times when they're toddlers, they will fall out and have a tantrum in public, in Target, in Walmart, just the most embarrassing places. You're just trying to run an errand and then the child just falls out. And when you are a quiet parent, I'm not good at yelling or shouting or discipline. It's like thrown out the window. You just feel so flushed and your face turns beet red. And it's just, you just want to just hide and run in the house. You wanna hide and run from the situation, but you can't. You have to maintain your composure, because you're the parent. So for parents that are going through that, it can be very trying, but imagine being a very quiet parent and then you have that attention on you. No, you don't have the whole world looking at you, but you do have people looking and staring. And oh, it's terrible when children act out in public. Um, Also, just with my daughter, she's very good at making friends instantly. I'll take her to the park and then, 5 minutes later, she's met a friend at the park and you're talking. And then, of course, the parents want to come over and have small talk. And you're just like, no, leave me alone. They don't understand that you're a quiet person. They really think that you're there to socialize with your children, and you're not. I could go on and on with that, but no, I'm not really the type to really converse or socialize with other parents at like birthday parties, or if my child is going to be in a play or a type of a sporting activity, and then you'll see all the parents all huddled up and talking. No, I'm off to the distance, off to the side, hoping that no one will notice me and I can just sneak in a quiet moment. So absolutely, deal with a lot of embarrassment and awkward situations when you are an introvert parent. Also, you're dealing with confrontation. And confrontation doesn't automatically mean that you're dealing with physical, you're dealing with shouting, or you're dealing with any type of verbal altercation. Confrontation just can mean that you have to just address something head on. Oftentimes, you have to be assertive. So, being a parent, you have to address bullying at school. What if your child's getting bullied? What if your child's having a problem with a teacher? You have to confront certain things. What if your child is just having problems just dealing with other children or dealing even with family members sometimes? As the parent, as the adult, you have to address it because children don't have the mental capacity to do it. They don't have the capacity to do it in a very stable way. You have to be the mouthpiece. Extremely hard, even to this day. I don't know how how I've been able to confront certain things that children deal with in their lives. For me, I take a deep breath, I rehearse it in my mind, and I just go for it. I'm the kind of person, if I can email it first, if I can text, if I can email, I'll do that as much as I can. And then if not, if I feel like, okay, let me do a meeting, even if I'm doing a meeting, I'm having it rehearsed. I'm just not just gonna just show up, it's a lot. So you have to deal with confrontation. And again, imagine dealing with it when you're a quiet person. And when you're a quiet personality, a lot of times we just ignore things, we just move on. But when it comes to your children, you can't ignore it. And your child doesn't ignore it either. They keep bringing it to your attention and you have to address it. So confrontation, oh, even though my child's a teenager, I'm still struggling with it. Fun and playtime. Another thing that really took me a while to adapt and understand. So it's not that I don't want to have fun. It's not that I don't want to have playtime with my child. It's just that it can't, it's nothing that's really like sporadic. It's something I have to schedule in. I'm working full time. And then at one point in time, I was going to school to get my master's degree. So it was a lot that was going on. So I felt like I had to structure play. It couldn't just be like a random thing because I'm juggling much with my career and with education. So you just feel guilty a lot. Um, my idea of play and fun time is going for walks, sometimes just reading books, sometimes just binge watching on Netflix, but that doesn't work with children. Children need a lot of stimulation. They want to jump around, they want to scream, they want to make noise, they want to tear the house upside down. Again, it took me a while to adapt, and all parents go through this, but when you're a quiet parent, oh my goodness, just the screaming, and it's just so, so extreme. And have to understand that children are going to scream. Children are going to be rambunctious. That's how they grow and develop. And, and eventually it does ease up and it does calm down. Now that my child's a teenager, things are a lot calmer. But yeah, fun and playtime. Fun and playtime can be very awkward too. I don't know what it is. It's just it's kind of feeling, especially at the park. Again, you're feeling self-conscious. You're feeling like people are staring. You feel like you want your child, can you just keep it down? And it's like, no, they're outside, they're at the park, but in your mind, you're feeling like with your child, please just shh, quiet. You're screaming too much, even though you're outdoors and you're supposed to scream. So it took me a while to adjust, to get over the embarrassment and just realize that, at one point in time, you know, I was like that too. I wasn't really screaming and yelling as a child, but I did play. So for any introvert parent that's struggling to have fun and playtime with her child, trust me, I can relate, and it gets easier and easier. So don't be hard on yourself. Seriousness. So altogether, when I speak with my child, she's always saying, "Mom, you're super serious. You're always thinking the extreme. Do you have a fun and light side to yourself?" And I do. I do. I don't show it as much, but I do. Um, Discipline. I'm not a disciplinarian. I don't believe in spanking children, things like that. I think that you can talk to children. I think that you can take away things if you know that they enjoy, so that they learn that there's consequences to bad behaviors. But I'm a serious person and I'm a serious parent. And guess what? That's okay. I'm not gonna make excuses for that. I'm not gonna change who I am. I know that there are things that me and my child we connect on, and I know that there are things that we don't connect on, and that's okay. We don't have to enjoy every single moment together. It's just that when we have moments together, we make it fun and special and happy. And as long as my child is smiling, healthy, she's active at school, good grades, just brings a lot of joy to my life. That's the most important. But as far as me changing who I am to a, you tweak a couple of things here and there, but to my core, I am and will always be a quiet person. So, seriousness and parenting just comes with the package. So, yeah. So I'm going to end it there and wrap this video up. Thank you.